Maybe that shit's loud. Oopsies. Damn, where did I put my screwdriver? It's not gonna work. I had a screwdriver that I was using. There it is. What up, guys? I'm good. No, there's no YouTube exclusive. I ain't doing that shit. Those people suck. I'm replacing my screen with fuck. I'm replacing my screen with the 1080p screen because Qubes OS doesn't like high resolution, apparently. And then I'll take my high resolution and do something with it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And then we will be installing Qubes OS. Should demagnetize already? What's up, Major? The unacceptable officials. Welcome. Is that free BSD? I will say I fix it. Tools are really good and kind of worth the price. Woke up from a withdrawal. This sucks. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I hope your recovery goes well. Drug and alcohol dependency withdrawals, I hear, are a nightmare. And I would wish that upon no one. What up, brother? Thank you for joining. Qubes OS. What about the better? If Qubes OS exists, that means there somewhere in the universe there is a Circle OS where everything is circular, no cubes. Don't lose them. Don't lose those. Nothing I hate more than a non-magnetic screwdriver. I always lose one fucking screw. Triangle OS is a GPU acceleration. Yeah, we need Triangle OS. This is being filmed on Graphene OS. Brought to you by Graphene OS installing Qubes OS. Laptop repair is actually like very therapeutic. I don't like necessarily going in and just repairing stuff for the fun of it, but laptop repair is somewhat makes me nervous, but it's therapeutic in a way. I kind of like doing it. Like just upgrading simple parts even. It's kind of fun. I remember when I built my first computer, I was like, oh, that was cool. That was based. That was a fun time. And then I never wanted to do it again. What about Graphene Qubes OS? I mean, technically, you could consider Graphene OS the cubes of mobile operating systems. It is sandboxed. I think there was even a talk about making Graphene OS like run containers, like once they get away. I mean, this is in the distant future. Once they get away from like Android and Linux in general. That's a thought well out into the future. There we go. There's always one bitch. I get nervous doing this shit because I'm like, this shit wasn't cheap, brother. What if I make it oopsie? like lose a fucking screw. They should give every laptop sale should have two extra screws for retards like me. Like that. Damn. But there she is, gone. It's like your carpet decides. This is why carpet should be illegal too. I fucking hate carpet. Oh. Found. Check. Found it. Alright. Let me get to the spudging part. Yep, after removing all the screws, I go to the back. Let's go back. Makes me nervous. Hearing them cracks. I'm like, does anyone remember the purple guy from Doug? The neighbor, Mr. Dink? That's me. I'm Mr. Dink. I'm the Mr. Dink of the internet. I didn't realize his name had like an acronym though. Shout out to the Ethernet port though. Thank you. Thank you for existing. If people are saying things, I cannot see it right now. You people in the Simple X chat? The time I opened the T40 Qubes OS swap, I cracked quite a bit of it. We're all scared when we're opening laptops. Yeah, well, yeah. Based on new people joining Simple X, I'm going to take this off real quick and I'm going to crack this open. There we go. just like it would bend or something. MacBook trackpads always break when replacing them. Yeah, I've heard nightmares. I watched a lot of Louis Rossmann repair videos way back in the day, and I would not own a MacBook for that reason. Because of how anti-right to repair they are. The good thing is everything on here is repairable. Like they have replacement parts, and if you repair it, it still stays within warranty. Okay. Which I respect when a company does that. I mainly get nervous with wires. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to get me a repair kit soon. You should. They're always worth it. Even with like my Pixel 6, I fixed it because the availability online was overwhelmingly good. Like the repairability of the Pixel series is surprisingly very good. It's not a bad phone to fix. I know like Jerry Rig Everything said that like it's a nightmare, and I agree that there are some. The biggest problem with fixing the 6 was honestly the adhesive. The adhesive was kind of annoying getting the battery out. Like his assessment of the battery having these 2 tabs on there was annoying is true, and his assessment that the adhesive is a monster, which is also true. That took the longest time. Like that was the worst part. Was the okay? Seems like that's good. Okay, battery good. I gotta take off the heat sink. And the clipper chip. I'm gonna give me a water. Give me one too. Oh, is that like the? Are you talking about like JTAG, like JATs, or like JTAGs where you can like do like SPI stuff, like interact with the boards? Because those are cool. Look at this RAM, guys. This is worth thousands of dollars, millions of dollars sitting right in front of you. I would say that also my biggest scare is always like remembering where I put something. Like that was, I wouldn't say because I have like very short-term memory. Like my memory is immediately stuff goes in and goes out. And I will say that like I do like fixing like cars and stuff, mainly because I'm cheap, or like bikes. And I'll do I've done like brake jobs and stuff for like people, And I'm like, please don't be drums. Please don't be drums. Because I did drums once. And God, I never want to do that again. Because I had to take like 30 pictures. Especially I've done like bigger jobs before. Where... There we go. Okay, I'm going to find... Ooh, not that one. Where I'm like, oh God, I can't remember like where that radiator goes, kind of thing. The best way to get cover up from ISP, VPN or Tor. To be completely honest, it's your ISP has a lot of access to like your network. You have to remember that they're very invasive for a reason. You don't really have a lot of good options. There's some ways that you can achieve like people think running your own DNS server is like going to hide from your ISP. That just prevents them from being malicious in between. So it's not really there. It's kind of a complicated question. Like, what are you trying to hide from your ISP? If it's just like your activity, I mean, a VPN will stop that. But now you're trusting the VPN provider. So you need to really trust your VPN provider. You need to trust them, which you shouldn't. But if they have ways that implicate, what's up, boy, Linuxer? Ops for Snowflake. Yeah, that's to circumvent that you're using Tor. So if you don't want if you use Tor, your ISP knows, like they know what you're doing. But if you don't want them to know, yeah, you use bridges like Snowflake or the available bridges that Tor offers. But if you want a basic, simple solution, VPN. I'm not saying a VPN is going to save you. I just think if you want some level of anonymity from your ISP, that's going to be the best option. The real question is no. The real answer is no ISP. I mean, no internet. What do you like better, Freenet or Hyphenet? I think they're both cool. I knew they were different. Okay, I'm not tripping. I knew there was something else. They're both cool. They both have. I know Freenet is a lot younger. So, well, Freenet is now live. Let me rephrase that. I don't think it was live before. Because now you can use it. I remember it being like early development. I think they're both cool. They're both good, cool technologies. In their own right, they do what they're supposed to. But I haven't used them enough to. I honestly haven't used them enough to. What's the word? Oh, no, yeah, there you go. The fuck? These guys like three. go. Look at that thermal paste. That's what a CPU is, guys. I will like that. I do like that one screwdriver for the whole fucking thing. So thank you, Nova Custom, for that one. I will say, respect on that. I respect anyone who goes out of their way to make sure that you can repair stuff as easy as possible. In terms of like, you don't need like 6 tools in order to achieve something. It's very, very basic. I have some issues with the company itself on their communication, but there's always room for improvement. They're a small company, so I'm trying to be charitable as possible, but it was kind of annoying. Is FreeBSD good for servers? Yeah. It's like I2P. It's not really like I2P. I2P is more, well, you could say it is because it's more of an intranet than Tor, so it is like I2P. Anyone try new Tor VPN's app? I have. FreeBSD is good for servers, yeah. Tor VPN supports the following types of bridges. It's true. YouTube silencing me in real time, probably. It's still embedded. I forgot the Tor VPN existed. Never tried it. I've tried. It's good. Hate when YouTube silences me. True. No one likes Google. True. Nova Custom. True. I think Nova Custom makes a good product. I'm never gonna say, like, my experience with the warranty, like, screen going out within a very short period of time. I'm being charitable because they took care of it. My biggest complaint is their communication is really not good. Like, that's what I'm annoyed about. I mean, it's not a cheap laptop by any means. So, like, I expect the hardware to be good, the quality, but again, you know, manufacturing things, defects can happen. It's not like an impossible thing. Is it viable not to pay for internet and just shake your phone 5 million times per second? Exactly. That's what you should do. You should actually not pay for internet and just live off your phone. I've been looking into how to change your IMEI on phone, but don't know if you can do it on. So I'm gonna make a comment on this real quick. If you listen, I have a thing about that people bring up a lot, but I need to grab some water. So the thing is, your IMEI is only identifiable is if you've ever attached an identity to it and to, you know, insert carrier. If you were to magically find a way to rotate this, you would look unique because it's not normal. It's not normal in the real world. And when you do things that are unique, you add another layer of fingerprinting to you. While there is technology out there that is claiming that they're trying to achieve this, until everyone hops on board, if people are randomly changing their IMEI on a carrier, a major carrier, if that means you are essentially, making yourself identifiable because they're like, well, there's this random subscriber that is paying for a service that is changing their IMEI consistently. And I've read papers on it that it's not really effective. Your best option is to buy a phone in cash and attach it to a phone number that has never had your real identity attached to it. So you're kind of actually in you're in an even better situation is if you run Graphene OS and you don't have a phone number and you just use like a VoIP or something, with not like an eSIM but like a VoIP, and you just connect to Wi-Fi because that does something called MAC randomization, which is far more common today and much more effective at hiding your quote unquote identity, et cetera, et cetera. That's, you know, food for thought. I just want to point that out. I think people, just like people care about Intel Management System and AMD's PSP, way too much, and they don't look at the other like 60 to 70 forms of metadata and collection that people do get at you at. Aren't there any good custom ROMs for Samsung phones? Um, well, first off, if you put a custom ROM on your phone, it's not really a ROM either. ROM would be the incorrect uh, terminology, just to correct you there, because people use it. And then if you make Samsung, if you put a custom OS or a fork or anything, like Windows or anything, you are still using Google if you use Micro G. And you are, if you can't relock the bootloader, you are weakening the security on it. Graphene OS, whether people like that, they're forced to pick the Pixel. By the way, these vendors need to get their shit together. There's really no other good option besides Graphene OS. Graphene OS, I'm gonna do. My podcast is gonna come out either tomorrow or like maybe like the next day. Um, the next day is Graphene OS doesn't ship with any proprietary Google services, and even if you enable the Google services, it's no extra permissions. It doesn't collect any extra information besides your IP address and your hardware identifiers, which there's millions of pixels out there, so it doesn't really matter. So it's actually okay from a security and privacy standpoint to use a fake information obtained Google Play service that you never connect to like your real IP address, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that the question is, why isn't there any good hardware manufacturers out there that take their hardware security serious, where they can actually have something like Graphene OS or a good competitor on the market? That should be your real question. You need to get away from this ideology of like, oh, I want to escape Google. There's already a way to do it. You know what I mean? There's a way to do it. Where the fuck did those come from? Okay, they don't move. I'm good. I started freaking out. I was like, where did these green things come from? But they were always there. They look like they don't move. Okay, we're good. So you have to start asking yourself, how can I increase my privacy and security, and actually go look into why, essentially why hardware manufacturers don't care about your security in the first place. And I mean, I can give you a short answer: money. But that's the real problem. It's not Graphene OS the problem, or why isn't there custom ROMs the problem. It's why isn't there hardware manufacturers taking accountability. That's the real problem. I think this is pretty much good because I actually don't have a webcam or a microphone on this. Surprisingly, speaking of schizophrenic things that I've done. I had the microphone and the webcam removed, so I have to use an external one at all times if I want to do this. Sorry, no Zoom calls. And I found out actually Jitsi doesn't collect any or hold any information. They actually do a pretty good job. Essentially, at what they do. So you could even go as far as using Jitsi if you want a good video conference, and then using like a VoIP provider that offers some form of encryption. I need to not be a bitch. I need to be a bitch. Damn it. Thank God there's magnets in that. Damn I'm gonna rock in a hard place. Every company is like that, not gonna lie. I need eSIM unlimited data pay per month plan, but I don't find a privacy provider. Silent Link is good. Admins always leave keys somewhere, easy to find. That's true. Silent Link is great. The irony of most Google hardware being the least Google locked phone is so funny. Exactly. Damn, I can't comment again. Exactly. That's the thing is like Google's like I think here's the thing. Google's not for privacy. We know that. They're an advertising company. What we also know is Google loves open source, kind of, to a certain degree, and I think they care about security. I think they do. I don't think security is on the last list. I think they're very authoritarian with how they want the Google ecosystem ran, but I mean it's their project. They own it right now. Even though they bank off the backs of free and open source developers. Maybe I need to get a different sludge. But it's a complicated thing. Like, and then I realized I got news that Graphene OS's developers, the manufacturing company that they were trying to get, missed their deadline or something for something. They missed the deadline for something, and they pretty much can't. They're not gonna. It's not gonna release in Q6. It's not gonna release this year like they were going to, or I think even really next year. Yeah, I'm gonna need something thinner. Maybe thinner? I tested Silent Link. They're good. They're just some of their they use any available provider. So like AT&T, they use AT&T. He has RAM. Get him. True. Is this shit frozen? Oh, no. Even the SSD has the word RAM in it. It's a very awkward spot. Whew, that was rich. Soundlink is the only eSIM privacy provider I know of. Trust they don't got unlimited plans. What one should I try besides Mint and Bazite? Qubes OS. That's true. They don't got unlimited plans. There's another one out that I'm kind of aware of. That looks okay. But yeah, there's really not a lot of good options out there. And they accept Monero, and their pricing per gig is okay. I thought Rumble has only Nick Fuentes. Why don't you upload vids on Rumble? It's too political for me. It's kind of gay over there, honestly. And I'm not going to reach a mass amount of people that already don't know or care about privacy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind. I mean, like, Rumble is way too political. Like, it's schizophrenic. It's like, I don't want to go in there and hear about, you know, gay dogs and frogs fucking. Just doesn't interest me. Really nice. Feels so fragile. I gotta move it. Indeed, screen, because we need your vids. YouTube strike, delete that type of vids. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. I thought Rumble only has. Damn, what am I missing? Oh, come on. I need some tape on this thing. Okay. Let me get that out of the way. Maybe that's stopping me. Probably not, though. Oh, there we go. OpenSUS is pretty nice. OpenSUS is good. They're cool. They're rolling release too if you want that. Oh, there we go. Ah, come on. Where's the clapping emoji? What does that mean? Request contains invalid argument, like the 10th time? That happens a lot on YouTube. Why is YouTube telling me this? They think you're a bot or something. If you're linking anything that has links in it, they do this. Uh-oh. I see one screw. You know what that means? I got fucking way too horny. Tell you what, putting it in back in is always easier than taking it out, apparently. Damn, this thing is gonna make me have a stroke. What is making it hang up? I think it's a tape. Should I tape this thing? I keep forgetting about that. It's like it's not the right screen almost. But it is, I know it is. There we go. Nope. The fuck? It's like it wants to close, but it's not. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay. I'm just done. I needed to adjust the hinges. No link, but I can't even explain BS won't go through. Told me that earlier too. Laptop Prepare is such a joyful and stressful-free hobby. Yeah, true. Kali Linux is the worst Linux distribution ever. I tried out today. It's made for hackers, but it didn't even let me remove excesses. You can actually run KDE Plasma. That's what I did for a long time. Yes, and fixing laptops is the most stressful, enjoyable hobby. It's like it makes me. I have to think because like it's like if I run into an issue that doesn't exist, I have to figure it out. You know what I mean? The real uh-oh is when I think I jorked myself with these fucking nuts. I don't know which nut this was. This is why you put all your nuts in the bowls, guys. Don't ever put your nuts not in a bowl. Always put your nut in a bowl, no matter what you do. Okay, I'm gonna reattach this. The thing that sucks is like, because this is custom, I gotta make sure I do it right kind of thing. It's not like I can go down to my local shop and be like, hey, do you have this spare thing that I just broke? Oh, you guys don't? Let me speak to the manager. Because you should. There we go. Woo! Thermal paste. Thermal paste, thermal paste. One thing at a time, though. Me looking at the floor to find all the nuts I dropped. just gonna lock that in. I honestly don't think this is the iFixit driver that I misplaced earlier. I think this is a random one I forgot about. I just happened to find it. But the bits that misses. The question is, did he install GNU's screen? Yeah, the screen is open source, free. Richard Stallman blessed it himself. QOL ThinkPad. True. The ThinkPad, the Linux favorite laptop. There's probably a story out there like why Linux users like ThinkPads. I think it's just because they're easy. Lenovo has a good track record of being easy to fix and just availability, and kind of just works. Okay, tiny spatula time. I just wanted to take care of that side. This side is a little less important right now. Okay, we're gonna remove that. And this. Thermal rock. Third rock from the sun. Now that's what I call a clean pad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that's enough? With some left, guys. You should if you want some free thermal paste, let me know. I'll send it. It will go to waste. It'll be slightly used. can find it. Thermal paste? Yeah. Thermal based. Guarantee I'll find this screw too, like 4 months later. I'm like, damn. I mean, he's got. We're good. Right? Don't ever let me work on your guys' stuff professionally. There will be missing screws. On G. Alright. That's installed again. Now the battery. Am I forgetting anything? Okay. The other battery. Damn, they couldn't get a man a little room? Not an FBI hot spawn. Yeah. Not a sponsor, guys. I don't endorse. I forgot. I gotta tell everyone I don't endorse anything I'm doing here or anything I'm using. No sponsorships. Never will. Never will do that. That I can promise. Okay, there you go. Maybe? God, the worst fucking... I will say, the worst fucking space for the battery. I'll trust that their shit's durable. Whew. Okay. I do like that they put the Ethernet port in the back, though. So when I first got this, I was about to, like, lose my shit because I didn't look. Because I'm retarded. I was like, where the fuck's the Ethernet port? I paid for it. Like, I paid for the Ethernet port. I know it seems like very minuscule, but I don't like using Wi-Fi. I like hardwiring everything, even on the go. I bring a travel router with me. I'm like, where the fuck is this? I'm about to email someone. That is gonna look really retarded. I'm glad I was like, oh, it's on the back. Actually, a good design. Good design. Much appreciated. and an HDMI port. The I/O ports on here, I don't hate it. I like that the Ethernet is on the back because it's, I don't know, it's just more efficient. It's got 2 USB ports, Thunderbolt, Type C, whatever. Pretty much everything you need. And an HDMI port, which is very base for them to include. Not gonna lie. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. I hate that you have to even think about that. Like when people do reviews of stuff. That's like the most. I think that's like YouTube's just, and I'm starting to see the rounds of sponsorships that are like, this is just like the rounds of sponsorships. Like they don't fucking use this product. They're just taking it because they're just offering all this money. I can't remember the one I'm seeing the most. There's a few of them. There's a few of them that I'm seeing that I'm like, there's no way this fucking dude is using this fucking product, because they have the same. They have the same fucking ad read. They have the same ad read. They have the same like energy towards it. Like they, I even see like I see this one for like this lawyer company, and I'm like, that is very depressing. Someone even said that like, wow, the TV ads and regular advertising must be struggling right now. They're getting YouTubers to like take their, or like they're like, they pointed out that it was disingenuous, and the ad read was just kind of, it felt forced, if that makes sense. A lot of these I use sponsor skip as much as possible when I'm on the internet, because there's nothing I hate more than a disingenuous sponsor. Because I think most of them are. I think most of them don't actually use the product. They're just, they can say all they want too. Oh, I genuinely been using them for years, and just out of nowhere. I have no problem also with these YouTubers making money. They need to make a living, I get it. But they're like out of touch with the sponsorships. Like it's embarrassing. And if YouTube ad revenue isn't enough, then you are either A, not budgeting your money enough. You're not budgeting your. I think a lot of YouTubers don't budget right. They hire all these editors. They get a fucking studio. They take all this overhead, and they're like, oh well, you have to do that to grow, or like just some other bullshit. And then they have to take these. Like if I see one more delete me sponsorship, I'm gonna lose it. What's going on here? Oh. Huh? It's weird. Let me just release the pressure a little bit here. Maybe. The one time I hate magnetic. God damn. Oh, maybe I already put one in there. Oh, I did. Do 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 do. Whew. Okay. Just gonna power it up real quick just to make sure it works. Hate them creaky sounds. Screen time part 2. It's not turning on. Well, it's turning on. It's not. Screen isn't working. Wonder if I missed something or a step. I even asked them. I was like, "Hey, is this compatible? Like, I have this. This is my issue. I have this. With the screen upgrade project." Downgrade, going down to 1080p. It's crazy. It's turning on, but or replace like for like. All right, guys, I'm going to end this and do some troubleshooting, and I'll be back later.